Hi everybody! Welcome to Teaching and Learning at Home with Miss Larisse. I am Miss Larisse and welcome. If you are new to my channel, I am Miss Larisse. I am a mom to an 8-year-old boy and a 10-year-old girl, and I am currently homeschooling both of them. I am also an IB PYP Homeroom Teacher. I am literacy coordinator. I am a reader, a writer, and I currently just started my own blog. And so if that is something that you would like to check out, I am going to leave the link in the description below. If you are new, I just want to let you know that I created this channel for those of you who need a little bit of help of the different things that you can do to support your learners at home. In our last episode, we spoke about how you can empower your learners to read. So for this episode, we are going to talk about how we can help our learners become independent. And I know that I said on the title that this is about empowering them back to school, but this is also something that we can do every day to empower them and help them develop or become independent. So, mindsets first. The first thing that we need to think about when we're talking about learning or when we're talking about empowering these learners, making them independent, is that we need to remember that we don't have to go to school to learn. Learning happens anywhere and at any time. And I really like this picture on this slide. And from my point of view, it is as if this little boy just picked a book that he thought is interesting because probably of the cover of the book, and then he opened it and he tried to read it, and then he realized that he couldn't read the book. And I think that's why he found it really funny that he picked up this book and it's thick and it's not something that he can read. And I think that this really represents what learning is. It is about picking something that we like or that we find interesting, and we explore and we experiment and we find out for ourselves if this is something that we can do or if this is something that our learners would like to try or our learners would like to learn. That's how learning happens. It's all about being curious and finding out for ourselves. The next thing that we need to remember is that school is a place to practice and not to perfect, or not a place to become perfect. We need to treat school as this big laboratory where we can experiment and explore and make mistakes. We do not go to school so that we can all of a sudden or throughout the years become perfect in math or in science or in reading or writing. It is really a place for learners to develop different skills. And so, how do we help our learners become independent? First is to show them checklists. I don't think that you have to teach them how to make checklists. They can see it. And I'm sure that many of us create our own checklists. So encourage them to make their own. Maybe a stationery list. A to-do list is a common one. How about make a to-wash list or to-find list? Things that they have that has been missing and have been missing, and now they have to look for them. To-buy list, things that they want to buy. To finalize list. Maybe when you're going to go camping or you're going to go to travel, and they need to finalize some things, so they can create that list. To call list, like maybe friends that they need to keep in contact with or that they have not called for a long time. Encourage them to make their own lists. The next thing that we can do to help them become independent is to allow them to create their own schedule. And remind them that, in their schedule, it doesn't always have to be academics. Remind them that they could include rest and play and snacks and drinks, or even chat with friends. Tell them that in their schedule, it could be fun and creative. It doesn't always have to be something that is related to school or completing tasks or completing assignments. Remind them that their schedule is a reminder of the things that they need to do or that they need to accomplish. And that really gives them a sense of being independent and being in control of their time. And they can make choices of the times that fit for them so that they can do what they need to do or accomplish what they need to finish. Now remember that when children are creating checklists or writing their schedule, it involves writing. And so when we allow them to create checklists and schedule, in a way, they are also developing their writing skills. It's a bonus. Another thing that we can do is to help them set teeny tiny everyday goals. Now remember, I said teeny tiny everyday goals. So these are goals that they can achieve every day. So it could be like a 10-minute exercise or stretch, or 10 minutes to just walk around the room or go to the kitchen and get something to drink. It could be a 15 minutes materials prep for tomorrow so that they know that they are prepared for tomorrow. They have everything that they need. It could be a 1 hour no device goal. So every day, just a teeny tiny goal. In the previous episodes of my channel, I talked about setting a reading routine. So in this teeny tiny goal, a 15 or 20 minutes reading routine or reading time could be included in this teeny tiny goal. A 10-minute writing sprint or a 10-minute writing routine could also be included in this everyday goal. Guide them and encourage them to set big goals. Now, big goals could mean different things for everybody. Big goals could mean weekly goals for some. For some, it could be a monthly goal, maybe a 3-month-long goal, or a 1-year goal. So let your learners think about a big goal. It could be a week-long one or a monthly one, and then ask them, what are these learning goals? Is it a project? Is it a YouTube channel? Is it something that involves cooking? Again, it doesn't have to be academic or school related. It could be something that they are passionate about, that they are passionate to learn for a long time, or something that they're really interested in. So tell them or encourage them to set their own big goals. Now remember that goals need to be SMART. S is for specific, M, measurable, A, attainable or achievable, R, realistic or relevant, and T is time-based. When they are creating these goals, and especially, the big goals that they have, just guide them and talk to them about setting a specific goal. So some learners will say, I want to learn how to read, or I want to learn how to spell, or I want to learn how to write. It has to be specific to what is it in reading that they would like to achieve. Is it reading for a longer period of time? Is it to read 2 chapters at night, or is it 2 pages at night? Be specific on what they want to achieve for every day or for 3 times a week. It has to be specific. It could be that they want to learn 5 new words to spell every night, or 10 new words every other night. It has to be a specific goal. Measurable. Measurable means that they can track their progress. And so if they are going to read 1 chapter a night, is that something that they can measure? Do they know that this night I was able to read 1 chapter or 10 pages? So something that they can measure, that they can track their progress. Achievable or attainable is a goal that they know they can commit to. It is not unrealistic. It is something that they can feel successful. They can achieve 10 pages a night, but there are some who can only read 2 pages every night, or there are some that can only read 3 nights a week. Something that they know they can achieve. Otherwise, they will feel like giving up, or they will feel unsuccessful, and then they would stop trying to achieve their goal. Realistic or relevant. So I will focus a little bit more on the relevant part. Relevant is something that is important to them. If they set a goal that is relevant to them, so if they are trying to cook or trying to play an instrument, that is something that they know is relevant to them. It is important, it is interesting, and it is something they know they can commit to. It has to be relevant to them. It is not something that we imposed, or maybe a teacher imposed at them. It is something that they have to, that they believe in and that they know they need to work on. T is time-based. Time-based means that they have to achieve those goals or that particular goal in a time frame. So when we have a time frame, we know exactly that this is where, I would finish or I would achieve, and then in that time frame they could track the progress that they are making. Goals need to be SMART. So again, just a quick summary of how we can develop independent learners. 1, show them checklists and allow them to create their own. Allow them to make and write their own schedule. Remember, it doesn't always have to be academic. It could be something fun, something that they're interested in. Include chat time with friends and playtime. Set teeny tiny everyday goals. Set big goals, and goals need to be something that first of all they believe in, that is relevant to them, that it could be a project that they are interested in or passionate about. It could be something that they know they have to work on in school. It has to be in a time frame so that they can track their progress. It has to be specific. All right, everybody, that's the end of this episode. I hope that this is something that you find useful and beneficial. If you know someone who could benefit from this video, please feel free to share my YouTube channel. And don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you get notified when I post a new video. See you next episode.